me, I'm a women's lifestyle creator on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And I also have 2 podcasts. One is Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress, which is housed on YouTube. It's a psychology channel. The other one is Grace and Gavel, Grace underscore and underscore Gavel, where truth meets compassion, which is a true crime channel, as I am an almost 18-year criminal defense attorney. Today we're doing a 3-part series. Part 1 is why people pull away when things start getting better. Part 2 is what to do when someone pulls away without losing yourself. And part 3 is, are they coming back or slowly letting you go? And so ultimately, we are going to dive into that topic because I know many of you may have had a relationship that you're wondering is it done or is it coming back? And the thing with that is it can depend on a myriad of factors, some of them including how it went down. Was it an explosive break or was it more a settled break? Was it something where the person said, I'm never coming back again. I never want to see you ever again, things like that. And so ultimately it can be extremely frustrating, extremely heart-wrenching to know that you had a relationship that was a really good relationship, whether it be a friendship or whether it actually be like a romantic relationship, and knowing that you are going through this. A lot of us have gone through it various times in our lives, and it never makes it any easier somehow, just because there is a lot of pain and frustration in that, and sadness. There's a lot of sadness. It's almost like a heavy cloud is hanging over you because you want to have that relationship back. You want to be part of that relationship again because you remember who they were when you were in that relationship and how good of a friend or how good of a partner they actually were. And so they say, you don't know what you got until it's gone. And that's extremely true, especially in situations where you really connect with someone. And connections aren't something that should be taken for granted in any realm of the imagination. So that can be really difficult. So today we're going to start with live 1, why people pull away when things start getting better. Hello. How are you? The mama goose. Welcome. My name's Buffy, for those of you that don't know me. So have you ever noticed the moment things start feeling normal again, someone pulls back? Maybe you've been working toward the relationship. Maybe you've been slowly building up to it. And ultimately, a lot of this stems to their fears and their vulnerabilities. And so ultimately, fear of vulnerability or being punked or being, used, or any number of negative things that can happen in relationships versus the conflict. There could also be a situation where there's still a conflict brewing, but they don't really want to deal with that, right? And oftentimes people decide that safe distance is easier than real closeness. Maybe they've been hurt a lot throughout their lives. Maybe they're gun shy a little bit as far as maintaining relationships and how people test relationships without saying it. They may not say that they're actually testing the relationship, but that is what they're doing. And why you might feel confused, because nothing large happened. There was no blow up. There was nothing like that that would signal that there was something wrong. So in closing, sometimes distance isn't rejection. It's someone trying to feel safe again. And everyone wants to feel safe. All of us do, right? So let's go to part 2. What to do when someone pulls away without losing yourself. And if you feel led, feel free to like and subscribe and let us know how we're doing. We definitely appreciate that. If you feel led. Also, what to do when someone pulls away without losing yourself. If someone pulls away from you, your instinct is probably to go closer. That is wrong. That is wrong. Text more, fix it, figure it out, plead your case. And that's usually the exact thing that makes it worse. It makes it worse because if someone has pulled away, they are saying, I need a break, I need a timeout, I need to work through some of these things. It's not necessarily a death nail to your relationship, right? So the core framework here is 1, don't chase the distance. If you chase the distance, what do people generally do when someone is chasing them? They run harder, they run faster, and they're like, oh my goodness, this person is smothering me, right? You need to give space, let them think through things, let them come back to you essentially, right? Chasing is pressure. Chasing is putting someone on the spot. Chasing is making someone uncomfortable. Pressure means more withdrawal, right? You can't convince someone to come closer by not respecting the space they created. That was their space. That was their line in the sand that they said, do not cross this. And you're crossing it over and over and over again, which can be extremely difficult for someone, right? And so regulate yourself before you respond. Most reactions in the moment come from anxiety, not from clarity. So you are anxious and freaking out that it's going to be done, it's going to be done, it's going to be done, but you don't have the clarity. Hello, Peter. And so you have this urge to text. You have this urge to over-explain. Over-explaining usually has its root in childhood because maybe you were misunderstood. Maybe nothing you said was good enough. Maybe you didn't get the right answer that was expected of you. So you feel like if you could just explain, if you could just talk, it would smooth things over. Likely that may have the opposite effect depending on the person. And then you replay conversations trying to figure out, are they going this way or are they going that way? Let me give you a tool. Pause before you respond, not to play games, but to stay grounded. You don't want to have like the word salad, the over-explaining, over-talking, over-anxiety all going at once, because it might push the person further back, right? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Jay. So it pushes the person further back than where you want them to be, right? And so match their energy. Don't panic. Be calm, be cool, be collected. Mutual effort doesn't feel one-sided. It's both people, like a tennis match. And truth moment. Sometimes the hardest part isn't that they are letting go. It's that you're still holding on to who they used to be. And depending on how long it's been, maybe they're not that same person anymore. And if the energy is toxic, maybe you don't need a person like that in your life anyway. I've had some toxic friends that I didn't realize until it was too late. And it was very painful and it was very dramatic and nasty and explosive, to where they're like scolding you and treating you like, I was like, man, I never saw this side of you. And this was like an 18-year friendship. So yeah, I mean, if it's you don't need toxic people in your life. You need positive people in your life that are going to encourage you and love on you and give you life, and be there for you, instead of draining you. That sounds like an energy vampire, honestly. And I realize now, much too late, that person that I lost wasn't a loss. It was a gain because it was more energy that I had for me instead of trying to feed and, kind of take care of them, so to speak. And mercy, yes, exactly. Yes, my podcast is called Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress, because we all need grace. Absolutely. No one is perfect. Absolutely not. I don't tend to give up on people, which has gotten me in a lot of trouble. And a lot of people, most people are fine, yes. But there are people that secretly harbor they just aren't as nice as we think that they are. But they have a mask on for so long. And I have this theory that you're not ready to see what you're not ready to see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should just dump someone to the curb completely. But I do think that, definitely have some grace for them. But also understand that you're important and you're worthy too, right? So you want someone who's going to treat you with respect and with love, right? I live by the golden rule. I try to treat people the way that I would want to be treated. I try to be kind to people. I try to be polite to people. I'm not the person that is going to bully you. I'm not the person that is going to like drag you through the mud and tell you that you're the worst person I've ever met in my life. That's not who I am. I'm an encourager at the core. I love to build people up. I love to give people information. I love to communicate and connect with people. And so, no, absolutely. No, none of us are perfect, but you have to decide what is a deal breaker for you. You know what I mean? For instance, maybe betraying you would be a deal breaker. But yeah, I agree with you. Nobody's perfect. I mean, wouldn't we all like to be, but we're not, right? So, I mean, that's ultimately the thing that we do. So what to do with the answer? If they're coming back, let it be natural. If they're letting go, You don't chase clarity. You choose yourself, right? So in closing here, the right connection won't leave you guessing where you stand. It will confirm where you stand, right? And so part 3, are they coming back or are they slowly letting go? Not everyone who pulls away is leaving, but not everyone who pulls away is coming back either. So how do you tell the difference? Let's talk about this. Look for effort, not words. Anyone can say, I've been busy. Effort tells the truth. Do they reach out to you? Do they text you? Do they smile at you and acknowledge you? Coming back looks like they reinitiate. They follow up. They try to reconnect in some meaningful way. Smiling, waving, being friendly. Letting go looks like vague responses. Well, I don't know. I've got work a lot. I mean, I just don't think I can make it. No follow through. You're always the one reinitiating and restarting the conversation. Consistency reveals intention. And watch the direction, not the moment. Don't judge one good day. Watch the pattern. Is it a consistent pattern of them at least trying to reach back and circle back around to make sure you're okay, to see you're doing well? Then that tells you something, right? So coming back will be small but steady movement toward you. Letting go is kind of hot and cold, distant, and then repeat. If they come back, it should feel natural, not negotiated. In closing, someone pulling away is not your cue to prove your worth. It's your opportunity to see if they can meet you without you shrinking. If you've ever been in this position, you know how hard it is to not react. Drop me a me in the chat if you feel this, and feel free, if you're led, to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope you got some insight into this situation where you have a relationship that you're not really sure where it's going. I know we've all been there, done that. And so I wish you all the best of luck. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. It means a lot to me. I generally go live at noon Eastern on YouTube, or excuse me, noon Eastern on TikTok Live, and then 12:30 Eastern on YouTube Live. So, and then one on Instagram. So thank you so much for tuning in, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye-bye.